So, we have to end every show, as we do, with something only I would understand. And of course, it's not just I'm the only one that can understand it, but it's how my brain gets here. And my brain has always got to this point over the last half of, I don't know, better part of my life. Better part of the last 20 years. And that is, and I've said this several times, we don't bet against Tom Brady. I started the show off saying that nothing really mattered this weekend because no one went through Green Bay, no one played Kansas City, and that's where the Super Bowl, that's where they run through. The number one seeds in both conference, the two best teams in the league. No one beat them, there's not a lot to take away. Now, if I had to pick a team that I think had a chance to beat either Green Bay in the NFC or to go to the Super Bowl and beat Kansas City, it's kind of Tampa Bay or bust for me at this point. Let me explain. If I told you that I can tell you every single team has flaws, and we all understand that. This team might be their pass rush isn't as great, they don't throw the ball deep, or maybe their corners, their secondary is not that strong, or their linebacking core has areas you can really take advantage of, and that's all good and well. But not every team has Tom Brady. Tom Brady, who I could not only argue has never really dropped off, because even though there's a decline in his statistical production his last 2 to 3 years in New England, who did he really have? We had Gronk on his last legs, then you had Edelman, and you had a bunch of running backs who are any really that memorable. Tom finally got in Tampa Bay, and he's got Antonio Brown and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Cameron Brate, and now a rejuvenized Gronk and Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, even though he just got hurt, and Tom Brady threw 40 touchdowns. Tom Brady is the epitome of the old guy at the YMCA. The old guy at the YMCA, when you're first growing up, learning how to play basketball, and you think you're hot shit, and you think, oh, I can dribble between my legs, oh, I can shoot the ball from this far, oh, I know I'm there, I'm so good. And then you play this old guy at the YMCA, and he posts you up, hits about 10 different shots in your face, and you realize you're losing this game at 21, 19 to 3. That's where Tom Brady is. And not only is Tom that old guy at the YMCA who could post you up 10 different times, he now has old guy experience, but he has young guy bodies around him. Antonio Brown is still in his physical prime. Gronk is still physically in his prime. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, like he has these young guys. Tampa Bay is the only team that when you compare him against the 2-1 seeds, you could argue they have better weapons. Obviously, everybody knows in Kansas City, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and then there's a drop off to Sammy Watkins, and then where? In Green Bay, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and then their tight end, who I always mispronounce his name, and then where? Tampa Bay is bringing 2 quality tight ends, 3 quality wide receivers, 2 quality running backs, and the greatest quarterback of all time. And Tom's never been this prohibitive favorite to get to the Super Bowl. And Tom's not always had to be the 1 seed. Now, Tom's usually always had home field advantage because he played in the AFC East, and he's always been able to use that to his advantage to get a home playoff game. But Tom's gone on the road and won to still get to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is the one guy we don't vote against. We do not, and I repeat, we do not vote against. The one guy we don't try, we don't test. He has the weapons. He put up the numbers. He looks as confident and as scary, really, if you think about it. To have those weapons, the way he's playing right now, He's been there before. No moment's too big for him. We see Tom Brady statistically, and this is, take it for what you will, about every third year, his average, he's in the Super Bowl. Tom hasn't been there the last 2 years. It's time for Tom to go back. Anybody's beating Green Bay, anybody's beating Kansas City, only one team's got a chance. The man we don't bet against.